Hey, what's up guys? It's Texmer talking to you here, and we are almost 1 month away from the iPhone 13 launch, and I'm very excited for it. And I think that everyone in the tech community is expecting this iPhone 13 to be revolutionary in some ways, but boring in another way. But before I get into it, roll the intro. So, this iPhone 13 is expected to be a mere S year. So what I mean by that is that it won't have many upgrades which would make normal people enticed to upgrade. But the iPhone 13 or 12s, as you want to call it, the name hasn't been confirmed yet, and I, in my opinion, firmly believe that Apple will call it the iPhone 12s. But let's see. This iPhone will feature several quite neat features that may appeal to the tech community, but for the normal consumer, it probably won't make any difference. And that's why I think, in my opinion, this iPhone won't sell as well as the iPhone 12s sold. But the 120Hz display, always on display, bigger batteries, A15 chip, and bigger cameras on the Pro models might entice a lot of you tech guys to upgrade, because there are a lot of people that were waiting for the iPhone 12 to have 120Hz display. But Apple didn't make it happen because they didn't want to conceal the 5G with 120Hz because the battery life was too bad. But on the iPhone 13 or 12s, they will improve their battery capacity with bigger batteries, so they could put 120Hz displays on their Pro models, the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. Mark Gurman and a lot of Ross Young and other display analysts confirmed that Apple is using LTPO 120Hz OLED displays with variable refresh rate display comes always on displays. Mark Gurman confirmed that later, saying that in a new report that Apple will use an always-on like display like they use on the Apple Watch, and that's pretty cool. That's a feature that I very much excited for, and I would like to have it on my iPhone. While the 120Hz, it's a neat feature when I'm using my iPad Pro and it suddenly drops to low power mode and it goes down from 120 to 60 Hz locked, I notice a big difference. But on my iPhone, which is OLED, I can't notice that much of a difference, but it would probably be me rumbling around, because by the first time I see 120Hz on an iPhone, I will probably be able to distinguish it very well. But if you are a fan of 120Hz, the iPhone 13 is definitely for you, and it's a definite upgrade to be excited for, while the always on display is a nice feature to have. Talking about the cameras, and because they are a very important part of the iPhone, the cameras of the iPhone 13 will be just different from the iPhone 12s, because the iPhone 13 and 13 mini will feature a very different camera array. They will just change the position of the lenses, making it look different, but it's not different. But it will probably have a new image sensor, a better ultra-wide sensor, like the 13 Pro and Pro Max will have a better ultra-wide, so the iPhone 13 is probably to have the same ultra-wide, passing from 2.4 aperture, f2.4, to a f2 1.8 aperture, which would make the ultra-wide pictures a little bit more better resolution, and it will have, instead of manual autofocus, it will have auto autofocus, which would be just cool. And the optical image stabilization or sensor shift that we see on the iPhone 12 Pro Max will be now available on the iPhone 13 Pro. So the Pro and the Pro Max will feature the same camera array, but on the iPhone 12s we saw that the difference between the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max was big, because the 12 Pro Max had much bigger lenses and had sensor shift. Now on the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max there will be any difference so far as we know. But I'm excited to see what this iPhone 13 Pro brings, because if it brings a very interesting packaging, for example, if it brings way better battery life, better display, better cameras than the iPhone 13, normal 13, maybe the $100 difference or $150 difference is very justifiable, and a lot of people will upgrade to the 13 Pro instead of the 13, but let's see. And finally, these iPhone 13s will be featuring an A15 chip. The A15 chip, as you know, it will be a big jump. It will still use the 5nm architecture from last year, but I think that this 5nm architecture will be the 5nm plus, so it will be the last architecture from TSMC, which would feature better efficiency and even better performance, and we should expect this to be useful when using 120Hz displays, which drain way more battery life. But we should expect the battery life to stay the same, in around 10 hours for if you use a lot of your iPhone 12 Pro Max, 10 usable hours, so your all day, and if you use the iPhone 13 Pro or 13, if you use it very hard, you might get to charge it around midnight or 11 o'clock. But the iPhone 13 mini definitely needs to improvement on the battery life side, because even though now you have the MagSafe battery pack, the iPhone 13 mini or the 12 mini is still lagging in terms of battery life. If you are a power user, it drains you about 2 times a day, and that's very bad. But let's see if these improved battery life capacities will make a lot of difference on the day-to-day basis. And that's pretty much it for the iPhone 13. I believe that the iPhone 13 will be an S year upgrade, so I will call it the iPhone 12s when it comes out. But it's easier to call it the iPhone 13 to distinguish this shit from the last year's model. And let's see, probably it will come out on the 14th of September, but if not, it will be on the 7th. It normally comes out on the Tuesday and at 10 p.m. Pacific time and 18 GMT. So let's see, I'm very excited to watch this event. It will be an online event, and let's see if Tim Cook this time says good morning. But what do you think of this iPhone 13? Are you going to upgrade, or are you going to stick to your iPhone 12, 11 or older? Let me know in the comments down below. This was Texmer talking to you here, and don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and follow my social networks, Twitter and Instagram. This was Texmer talking to you here. Bye.